Why does Newbury Thistle actually succeed? They keep winning and they recently got themselves a golden pin. Let's talk about it. But before we get into that, let me know if you like this idea and would want to see it more often on ExtraTime Plus. Well, first of all, consistency is key. Newbury have had nearly the same players ever since the start of players similar to what they seek out there on the field. For example, take a look at Viridian Laser. He's been at the club since the start of RFL and he's racked up 93 goals plus assists in his whole career for Newbury. Now, why is Viridian so important? Oh, cause he's a host abuser like them all. Newbury's the same. Well, no, but take a look at this clip. It's not the best of examples, but here's one. Bedford has a crucial attack and it's to the point where it's gone crossing. Ball is blocked, but where is Viridian is the most important question in this situation. He's dropped down to the point where he's staying outside the box, but it's not close enough. And why is that? Because his plan is not to mark the outside the box, but his plan here is to receive the ball in case the pass does go inside the box. Well, the pass does go inside the box. It's played low to the point where they managed to take the shot, which is eventually saved by Scratchix. However, Viridian's plan here was to close up a gap as much as possible, but also hope that one of his teammates would head it across to him or somewhere close where he could get it to the point where he can go up at the same time with his team, starting a massive counter-attack which would put the game to bed at that late stage. Well, let's take a look at what happens next. Scratchix saves it and waits for everybody to go into their position. He then sends a long ball, which a couple of seconds later finds the middle. And there's AMW waiting, does a great touch as well, and he's ahead of both defenders, which then leads to a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, which is taken early and is saved by Flashy. Well, to sum this part up, what I mean is that Viridian Laser is a complete key player for Newbury Thistle. Yes, people see him as a poacher because he scores a lot of goals, he's always there inside the box, he can dribble players and do it all, but me personally, I like to see him a very complete player because he can go down the midfield, he can put pressure, he can even defend, and he's a team player, not just a regular attacking player. Newbury's success isn't just about having great players, it's about the environment they've built along the seasons. A lot of clubs tag their team with big names and hope it works. Newbury do things differently. Ever since AMW's management and Deuce's disbandment, also Flying Blue Dodge to be mentioned, new players have been brought in, developed and pushed to improve every aspect of their game. If a player has a weakness, whether it's positioning, decision making or consistency, they work on it until it's no longer a weakness. That's why so many players seem to level up after joining Newbury. The standard is incredibly high and everyone is expected to keep improving. The chemistry within the squad is another huge factor. The players know each other inside out, trust one another and play for the teams rather than themselves. That kind of understanding can't be bought, it has to be built over time. People love to talk about the host advantage on Asia servers, and sure, it can help. But acting like that's the only reason Newbury win ignores everything else they've built. The structure, the coaching, the chemistry, and the culture will still make them one of the strongest teams around. And when it comes to culture, Newbury don't compromise. One of the biggest players at that time, Jimmy Bowe, was promised to be a starter and an important player for the club. But when he started speaking badly about Newbury, they moved on from him. Most clubs would have made exceptions because of his talent, but Newbury didn't. Well, most clubs, when you look at them, they do have some tactics, they like to play possession, counter-attack and football. It's something Newbury does too, but they have specific tactics and big tactics that usually outsmart opponents. I'm not going to say much about it, but just take a look at this. See, now at that point where Viridian backheels it, the whole Bedford defense is fairly wide. It's gone. They've fallen for the bait and they have the space it takes to shoot. Well, of course, it's not just about chemistry and tactics because Newbury have got quality all over the pitch like every top team does. Premier Bacon is the sort of player every team wants. Proper leader, proper football brain. Whether he's playing as a 6 or an 8, he always seems to be one step ahead of everyone else. Viridian Laser, we talked about him. Gets talked about for his goals, but there's so much more to his game. He never stops running, never stops pressing, and when a chance falls to him, you back him to bury it. Flying Blue Dodge, assistant manager, coach and a great player. He's the glue that holds everything together. He's involved in everything Newbury do and somehow always seems to end up with an assist to his name. Exercise doesn't need a spotlight. Great talent spotted by Newbury and got there with 0 pennies. He just gets on his job, wins his battle and gives the team exactly what they need at the back. And then you've got Sub-Zero, the sort of player you hate seeing come off the bench against you. Full of energy, dangerous going forward, and always capable of changing the match. The thing is, those are only a few names because you have to get in your head an idea of what Newbury has. Newbury isn't built around one player carrying the team, it's built around a group of players who bought into the project, trusted the process, and kept improving. That's why they keep winning. Good players, great chemistry, and a club where everyone pulls in the same direction. That's why they've gotten the golden pin, and that's why everyone says they're the best. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe to ExtraTime Plus and this video. I've only just started this kind of idea and content, so let me know who or what I should cover next and if you liked it. See you in the next one.